guys, I hope you're having a great day today. This is Preacher, of course, and this is our Countdown to Courage Kids Edition. You notice at the bottom of your screen there, this is the Kids Edition. So we've been doing something a little every day for mom and dad and for our adults and our older young people. But just really been burdened about our kids. And I know we've not been able to have Sunday school lately. And so we wanted to do something for the children, and so that's what we're going to do today. Now I know as a grandpa, my grandkids love stories. They love for me to tell them a story, and so today we're going to read a story. And so we're going to take this away, and we're going to go to a screen here, and we're going to read a story today, and it's entitled "The Men Who Would Not Bend." And you're going to enjoy this story. It's written by Edward Hughes and Jonathan Hay. And this is a great story. You can find the actual Bible story in the book of Daniel. But let's get into the story today. And it says this: King Nebuchadnezzar built a huge golden statue. It was gold from head to foot. Maybe the king had forgotten the dream God sent to tell him his golden kingdom would not last forever. Maybe he thought if he built a statue made completely out of gold, then God's word in his dream would not come true. Well, one of the king's servants read the order to all the people. "You shall fall down and worship the golden statue, and whoever does not fall down and worship will be thrown into the middle of a burning fiery furnace." Everybody did what the king ordered except for 3 men. These men were Hebrews, and they were Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, friends of Daniel. It seems Daniel wasn't there at the time, for surely he too would have refused to worship a man-made idol. The king's wise men were jealous of Daniel and his friends because the king liked them. So they said, "There are 3 men whom you placed as rulers over the province of Babylon: Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, do not obey you. They do not serve your gods, nor worship the golden statue which you have set up." Hey, boys and girls, can you point out which ones are Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Notice what happened. King Nebuchadnezzar was filled with rage. He warned them, "If you do not worship, you'll be thrown into the middle of a burning fiery furnace, and which God will deliver you out of my hand." The king was making a big mistake. He was really challenging the living God. The 3 Hebrew men knew it was against God's law to worship a statue. They stayed standing because they trusted God. They were not afraid of the king. These 3 brave men had an answer for the king. They said, "Our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace. But if not, let it be known to you, O king, that we will not serve your gods, nor worship the golden statue which you have set up." King Nebuchadnezzar was furious. He commanded that they should heat the furnace 7 times more than it was usually heated, and still the men would not kneel. The king commanded mighty men in his army to tie up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and to throw them into the burning fiery furnace. Boys and girls, can you imagine how they must have felt? Can you imagine what would have been going through their mind at this time? But I want you to notice what happens. The furnace was so hot that the men who threw Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego into the fire were killed by the heat. The king watched from a safe distance. He saw the 3 men being thrown right into the middle of the blazing furnace. But that's not all he saw. King Nebuchadnezzar was amazed. Did we not throw 3 men bound in the middle of the fire?" he asked his helpers. "Yes," they replied. He said, "Look, I see 4 men loose, walking in the middle of the fire, and they are not hurt, and the 4th one is like the Son of God." Moving close to the door of the burning fiery furnace, the king cried out, "Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out." Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came out of the burning fiery furnace. Everybody gathered around and examined the 3 Hebrews. They had seen that the fire had no power to burn them. Their hair wasn't scorched and their clothes were not burned. There was not even the smell of fire on them. When he realized what had happened, King Nebuchadnezzar did something very wise. He prayed and said, "Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and has delivered his servants who trusted in him." This is the story of the men who would not bend. Hey, boys and girls, I'm glad you tuned in today for story time. I hope you enjoyed this great story. And I think the moral behind the story is this, that we ought always to obey our God. And when we obey him, you know what? God always blesses those who do. And God always helps good things to happen to those who are faithful to him. And so we hope you enjoyed the story. Lord willing, if you enjoy this, let us know. And we may try to begin to do some story time with the children ever so often and again. All right. God bless you and have a great rest of the day.